Welcome, Rohit. I just want to thank you so much on behalf of SoftInWay for taking some time to talk to us about the great work that you guys are doing, but obviously about the work that you're doing with AxSTREAM as well, and just your experience with the software in general. Just to start off, can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself before we get going?
Hi, Jose. Good to meet you today. I'm Rohit, CEO of Nabhdrishti Aerospace. We are the power and propulsion company, basically building the jet engine to power the UAV and also building the small micro gas turbine for power generation application. I think our product primarily is based on the centrifugal compressor and then combustion system, which can burn the a variety of fuel, including from the jet fuel, which we need for aviation application. But at the same time, we have developed the fuel flex combustion system, which can burn the variety of flue and fly gases, combustion gases available in steel and the oil and gas application. So I think we take a lot of pride that our engine is going to decarbonize the steel and oil and gas industry, and at the same time have like very huge positive impact onto the oil and gas industry. If you just look at the area we are going to disrupt today, if you see globally, oil and gas industry flare the gas which has emission comparable to the total vehicle emission in the India. So look at the size, and I think that's where we think our product has a great place, and it's going to have a huge impact to our customer and also huge positive impact to the environment. And yeah, so that's what we really do.
I'm kind of wondering, how you guys got to where you are today. Why this specific, the gas turbine? Why did you guys want to embark on building this specifically? I know you gave a good explanation as to the impact that it, could and will have, but kind of why did you guys want to specifically develop this?
Yeah. So I before we started this company almost 2 years before, and I have worked for General Electric and Rolls-Royce. They are the two big name when you talk about jet engine and heavy duty power generation turbine. And I worked with those company for almost more than 2 decades. And then I realized that there are a lot of still the new domain, new business area, which is completely unexplored. If you think that all big technology development has happened with those big company or other big company, because it's required a lot of spending on the R&D. But I have seen that even though there is a lot of talk about environment and decarbonization and using of hydrogen as a fuel, but there are a lot of distributed power application, which is like small industry using this gas turbine, a lot of flare gas being burned out, not efficiently being utilized. So I think we have not done enough, and that I see clearly a business opportunity. There is I would say, more than $15 billion market for this micro gas turbine application, both if you put aviation, power generation put together. And at the same time, it has a huge positive impact on the environment. And we see this is a clearly good opportunity. And at the same time, if you talk about local in India, though it is a global opportunity, but there are other opportunity in India, like if you see the power consumption in India is all-time high. There's a demand of a lot of aviation gas turbine, a small size to power a lot of UAV. We have a lot of air taxi coming up, and now they are talking about using the battery technology. But we all know that current state of technology in battery means that they are still like 120 times less power dense than micro gas turbine. So if you want to have your air taxi for more people and carrying them for taking them for a long range, I think today battery technology is still not ready, and that's where our small gas turbine based turbo generator on board to this air taxi can be not can be, definitely, I would say, is the future of air taxi globally and also in India. So I think these are the opportunity that excited me and my co-founder together, and that's why we started this embark this new journey.
Awesome. Yeah, and can you kind of shed some light on the development process and the design process and kind of how you ended up, winding up at AxSTREAM as kind of a solution for you guys to help you with the development?
Yeah. So thanks. Very, very good question, Joe. So when we started, of course, it started with just couple of people, and then we started developing in-house tool like how to solve, let's say, velocity triangle for compressor or turbine stage, and we developed the rudimentary code in the Fortran and let's C++. Then we soon realized that this is not our focus. When we learn about AxSTREAM and we have a discussion with AxSTREAM team, we think that uh, whatever we need it in terms of turbo machinery design, which is centrifugal compressor or let's say turbo axial turbine or quick rotodynamic analysis. I think basically most of it was easily available in AxSTREAM, and then I'm very clear, we are here to develop the product, and there are people who are expert like access team to develop the tool which can efficiently help us to develop these products. And that's where I think we talked to access team, and then we really like it, and started using it for our product development. What was really impressive, the very prompt response from the access team for our requirement. We are a startup, and then there was certain specific requirement, not necessarily I'll go in detail, both from the technical and commercial point of view, that, and they were very, very quick to respond. And then they were very friendly to help us at experience and explore the access stream, right? So whether it's training need and how quickly they could deploy that software on our IT and laptop. And at the end, of course, it is a technical call because we are developing the gas turbine product. So we got opportunity to explore. And what I really like about, I can say three main point. First come ease of using that software. So the user interface was really very nicely uh, placed, or architecture was really good. So as a designer, we know that what set of parameter we need while designing, let's say, aerofoil of the turbine. So they were really located so that it's easy and faster and productive to use that tool. At the same time, I would say that integration, whether it is a quick exploration of design space. So you have an idea of, let's say you want certain power or thrust from your engine, and then you throw that problem and explore the design space. So I think you get that really very quick. And of course, and then there is I would say, nice post-processing option available, which help you to filter out what the user really want, and very quickly. And then we can go to 1D design, 2D design, aerofoil design. They were seamlessly integrated and very easy. If we don't like anything in, let's say, in 2D design, want to go back to the PD search again, it's integrated. I would give further example. Let's say you have two design of turbine, and you like, let's say, nozzle guide vane is good in one and a blade aerofoil is good in another. You can just simply take and copy paste and make third and start from there. So I think that a team developing AxSTREAM, they understand what their customer want, and they understand that how this machine is being designed. So the overall application, its user interface were organized to make it more productive and faster. And third element is, uh, even though we have a lot of option in Extreme, but we do need to use another software. Take example of, we use uh, ANSYS for 3D CFD and for structure analysis. Then AxSTREAM, it is very easy from transferring geometry from the AxSTREAM to CFX or ANSYS software for the detailed 3D CFD analysis. And of course, we can visualize it, come back and make appropriate correction, and again, do these iteration fairly I would say, quickly. So that help us to accelerate our product development, that also help us uh, spending more time as an engineer in thinking rather than struggling with various plots and spending time with the spreadsheet. So yeah, I think that is just few things which immediately comes to my mind.
Yeah, and it's good to hear those things because when you mention, we know what our customers want, that's our goal is essentially talking to people like yourselves and asking exactly what you want within the software and helping you guys expedite a lot of these processes. So it's good to hear that you you find those very helpful. Um, and can you kind of also shed some light on where you guys are in terms of development, with that engine and are you guys closer to the end of the process, to the start? I guess just so our viewers that don't quite know, where are you guys at within that process?
Yeah. So I think space is a two part in our Indian development program. Of course, we have done a lot of extensive testing on combustion system that and whether it is testing it on jet fuel or testing it with let's say hydrogen or testing it with some of other gaseous fuel available in oil industry and the steel industry like blast furnace gases. So we have done that development. Coming back to turbo machinery, which is more specific to AxSTREAM. So we have designed the two different engine. One of them is for the power generation application, and another is a 400 Newton turbojet engine, which can be used for UAV, for hobby flight, for some other application in that domain. So we have completed that design. We started manufacturing our component, and we are all set and very excited that engine should be on test bed something around like March or April. So that's our target, and we started testing our engine.
Do you think it would have, if you had used another less integrated software, you would have still ended up with the same timeline? How do you think Xtreme helped you guys in terms of the timing of the process?
So I would say definitely that I mean, I can give more specific example, but I will definitely say that XStream seamless and smooth integration with various functional requirement while designing the turbine or compressor, as well as its uh, exchange of design information between XStream and other application like CFX, overall like NSYS software definitely overall help us to accelerate our design cycle. I can go more specific with slightly diverse example of rotodynamics. So we uh, explored like various design and our customer requirement also change over the time, like what size of engine they want, and then one of the challenge was rotodynamics. So what we were pleasantly surprised to know it, we did and do the rotodynamic analysis in AxSTREAM, and that is really quick. You are talking about a minute for particular kind of a architecture, versus we model that in a very detail in some of other software which is for detail analysis, and the difference was like insignificant. So that's the key, right? Even though, let's say, I have for some good reason do analysis for in case of aerodynamics for 3D software, but I clearly see that how quickly I can go back to AxStream, change the geometry again, run and see that 90% of the or 95% of the answer I get in aerodynamics is close to my requirement. I have to quickly tweak 5%. In case of rotodynamics, we were on a spot, so we stopped using another software which probably would take half a day to model meshing that job, because it was just very straightforward. Like really, in 15 minutes, you can actually model and run that calculation. So that's one great example that how AxStream has helped us not only in productivity, but if you miss uh, to get your rotodynamics correctly, you may need to take a, I would say, significant hit on your schedule, and you will incur a lot of cost overrun, because you have to change your, let's say, shaft size or bearing location late into the design. So that's, I think, something I really want to highlight.
Awesome. Um, Also, could you kind of maybe back up a little bit here, explain some of the challenges that you've had through the development process as well, maybe separate from AxSTREAM, just maybe some snags that you guys have had and how you overcame them so far?
The few challenges we have about is we really want to push our compressor for very, very high pressure ratio. Okay, so especially for our aviation customer, and that's where I think we have to iterate for a lot of geometry that we have very high pressure ratio for given RPM. So we really push the boundary of comfort there in terms of aerodynamic design. We really push the boundary in terms of that. We explore every possible opportunity to push and optimize that design so that we have higher pressure ratio. At that same time, we have the healthy, I would say, a healthy uh, level of, I would say, is surge margin, for example, and a good level of efficiency so that still our SFC looks good. So I think that's where, uh, again, I would say is running that like 50 different design has helped that how quickly and with little effort access team can help us to change the different geometry and explore the design space.
I guess my last one that I have for you is maybe bringing it back to when you started using AxStream. What tools did you use to kind of to learn how to use it? How easy was it for you to kind of seamlessly get in there and see exactly what designs were going to work for you? What was that process like at the beginning, I guess?
Yeah, so I think we sat with the access team, and they gave us a point of contact, and we discuss our requirement and in little bit more detail that what kind of product we are going to design. Of course, it's gas turbine, but more specific requirement. We sat with them, and then the access team has helped us to first they gave us, I would say, we have over call, we have training run, and then they have provided us recorded video of the training. So I think the overall how training was structured, how they responded to our requirement, and I would say tailor that training, because some of the training was uh, given, it was live training given by some person, let's say in Europe or USA. So that was really good. So it was really quick to learn. As I say, the user interface was really easy, and it is well organized. How a designer will look for moving from one parameter, or after you do analysis, what sort of plot you needed. So they were located on your screen on a right place. It's a handy. And at the same time, I would say that AxSTREAM has, like your team has put a good amount of effort to uh, build, I would say, the web page called Wiki. So I think if somebody has issue with any definition of formula being used, how certain parameter is being calculated in an Access team, you can definitely go to the wiki of Access team, search it. You can also, there are recorded video, there are a lot of help. I think it's really good when you are working with company across the globe, right? It's just productive, efficient, and cost effective for everyone that you put a lot of resource which can be easily searched and available. And there are, you anticipate where most of the problem could be, and you have a tutorial and video corresponding to that issue. So I think that's, I found it like very helpful actually, and my team found it very helpful.